friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Maria. If this happens to be your first time visiting, welcome to Siempre Infinitos DIY. Also, if you're not following me over on Facebook, I hope you consider doing so, and you will find me under Maria's Fake Bake. Okay, so today I would like to share with you how I made a sleeping berry. So with all of that being said, let's begin. So first I'm going to share with you everything that I will be needing. Well, most of everything that I will be needing in this video. I did leave some things out. Sorry about that, but I will share with you later what we will be needing. As well, I will be also leaving a link underneath in the description box down below of all the items that I use in this video. Okay, so of course, like I said, some of the stuff I forgot to mention, but as well, some of these things are also optional. If you do not have one of these butterfly molds, you can use like a small size heart-shaped cookie cutter that you can shape little wings for your fairy. All right, and then of course, we will also be needing a ball pin. This is as well optional unless you want to add her little eyes with clay. That is totally up to you. Now, another thing that you will be needing for sure, it's something that is round and smooth. It can be whatever, as long as it does not move, because you will be needing it in order to shape her body. Okay, so it also depends on how big you want your sleeping fairy to be. It's, again, I'm just adding here the measurements of how big I wanted mine to be. All right, so let's begin. So here is the size. Well, this is almost less than 1/4. Was it 1/4 cup that I'll be using for the head? But spoiler alert, later when I was sizing it, I noticed that her head was a little bit too small, so I just went ahead with the full quarter of clay to shape her head. And all you do is just roll out the ball, and you want to make sure you roll out any lines. If there are some little bit lines, that's okay, because it's going to be most of it covered. Just make sure that there's a section that there will be no lines, because that's where we're going to make her face. Okay, and as well, when it comes to the head, I like to let my clay dry, so that's why I always make it first before I make the body. And here is what I'm doing now with the body. I'm just making this oval shape, and this is the color that I want her dress to be. So as long as you again, you roll out as much as you can those lines, you'll be fine. And this is all I'm doing here, just trying to size. I want to make sure that the head is the right size for the body. For me, it was a little bit too small, if not almost the same size as the body. I didn't want that. I wanted her head to be a little bit larger than the body. So here we go. As you see now, I love that the sizes are perfect. So now what we're going to do with the sleeves, I think it's a 29 millimeter, and it's some of these tools that I'll be using in today's video. I also am carrying them in my Etsy shop. So if you have not been to my Etsy shop, go over there, and then you'll find most of the tools that I'm using in here over there. So let's continue. And with the sleeves, all I'm going to do again is make little oval shapes, but at one end, because I want it to be a sleeve, which doesn't matter which side, only on one side. You want it to be flat, because that is where we're going to connect her arm to. So on the bottom, let's say on one side is round, on the opposite side it's going to be flat. You want to use your flat clear block stamp, and so they can give it a little bit flatter. If you don't have one, you can just use your table just to flatten a little bit, or your thumb, whichever. Anyways, so here I'm just want to make sure that the sleeves, or where the arms are going to be at, there's going to be enough space. And yes, as you can see, now I'm going to attach it. One thing I also forgot to notice is that whatever round surface you're using, you want to make sure that you add a piece of plastic wrap. I forgot to add one here. I will be adding one later in the video. I just started, I don't know why. I was like, oh my goodness, when I noticed that it was getting stuck, I was like, oh no. So you want to make sure that you put a plastic wrap. That's way it won't attach or won't get stuck to whatever piece that you're using for as a base. Now, if you are going to add her to whatever piece that you say, that's where it's going to be at, then I guess it doesn't matter. So here I'm using these flower shaped cookie cutters. You can get whatever size. It all depends on how big you want your fairy to be. And as you can see right there on the edges, I will be cutting that off right where I'm pointing there, because I want her skirt to look like a flower. So I'm just trimming those off, and then I'm just going to go right ahead and just press them down lightly, and also want to try my best to try to blend them in. And of course, I did not share with you in the video also that I just but towards the end you will see that I added like a little strip right where the ends meet at, just so you wouldn't see the end, like the beginning of the skirt and the body. And then this is the same thing that I'm doing, one on top of the other. Now, again, it's up to you how, if you want to shape your flower, if you want them to be down. I want them to be a little bit raised up so you can almost tell that it is a flower skirt. And then, of course, I forgot to as well to go in there and use my tool to give it like little lines so you can tell that that's what I'm doing. That's right there. So you just want to press lightly down. If if you forget to do this, just as long as you don't cut your flower, because otherwise it will be cut. And so just pressing it down lightly, then you don't have to worry about that. Also on the corner right there, right where the ball's at, you see that little flap there, I'm going to wind up cutting that down. So if you, just to get a bit more of a cleaner cut. And then here, this is the tool that I'm using just to blend those two. And again, I am going to be adding a strip anyways. So really this is optional. It's up to you if you want to add a strip there or not. I wanted to make it look like it's a little belt. Okay, so really quick, I want to go off subject just to say thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed to my channel, and thank you so much for your patience. I know I have not loaded up a video in a while. I am sending a lot of my Facebook videos over here, and it is extremely busy, with my page over there, and then with the shop, and then with life, it's just, I'm really trying my best. Trust me, I'm really trying my best. So I have to make it a goal where I can come in here and at least give you one tutorial, at least once a week, right? Okay, so this is one of the other tools that I mentioned that I have in my shop as well. I also have some, what do you call these? Clear blocks as well in there. So not this one in particular, but I do have some others in there. So here I'm just making her little legs, and again, it depends on you how long you want her legs to be. And as you saw, I'm only making like an L shape, and on the bottom I'm just pressing that down to give it more of that little foot looking, look to it. And on the other, of course, you also want to glue this down to, like, on the where the clay, the top of the clay and the body where they connect together, you want to glue those in together, because I did notice that mine was starting to dry up. Maybe it's because I had the fan running, so I don't know, or maybe because of the AC, but you do want to glue them down. And I also noticed that they were a little bit too far, so I had to readjust that. And then of course there's that plastic wrap that I mentioned, and this actually helped me. It helps it from not getting stuck to my piece, because I will be adding my fairy to another piece that I am also going to be making. Now we're going to be working on her arms, and the same length as the thickness, what I meant to say, the thickness of her legs, I want to make the arms, just that I'm going to make them a little bit smaller. So here all I'm doing is just measuring to see how long I want her arms to be extending, and I'm just going to snip some of it off, and I believe it's going to be about an inch long, if I'm correct. But again, it's up to you. I'm not going to really give any thumbs. I normally do that. I give little hands, but I think just like this, it looks cute. It reminds me of those little not old, but those dolls without fingers. They were just plain. I don't know. I hope I'm making sense here. But anyway, so now we're going to go with her hair. So like I said, it doesn't, when you were shaping the head, it didn't matter if some of it there was lines, if you couldn't get them out, because we are going to cover it up with the hair. So when you place your head down, just again make sure that the part where we're going to be drawing her face, there's no lines in there. And then here all I'm doing is just adding the strip from the bottom of her body, or the top of the body, or the bottom of the head, and just pulling the clay out to cover as much as I can the back of her head. So as you saw there, all I did was use a cookie cutter, and then all I'm doing is just pressing it down. I mean, pulling the clay out and then just trying to blend it down. If you do miss a little spot, don't worry about it, because we are going to still be covering it up with curls of hair. This is just so if you, depending on how much hair you want to add to her, it's just so you won't see the color of, what is it? This, I think this is a peach color, beige color. I don't know what color this is, but I will be adding it to the description box. Anyways, there's so many colors of peach, and skin color, and I don't know how many colors. Anyways, so when it comes to her locks, all I'm doing is just rolling out these big long worm shapes, and then I'm going to just cut them down as long or as short as I want them. And this is very easy. You're just going to add, and you're going to do little waves, do little curls, up to you, however you want her hair to look like. As you saw where I did those line marks, it's just so it can guide me of where I want to add the next hair piece and what have you. And here she is. Now she has all her full hair. So now I'm going to go in there with some makeup, and I'm just going to start rubbing this just to give it a little bit more shadow to her dress here. And I'm just adding like a little dark purple, and just again, just rubbing some of that on there on the edges. So I have to keep a vision, like if there was a sun, where would the shade be at, and what have you. So here comes my butterfly. This is how I added her wings to make it look like it's a butterfly, by using that butterfly mold. And of course I was going to go with the blue, but decided to go with this color instead, because I think this color matches more her dress than the blue one. I still love the blue one, but this is the color that I chose to do. So really, when I made the mold, I folded it right away and I let it sit for a little bit, just so it could get the shape. And now this is optional. If you want to add rhinestones, you can add flat pearls or whatever you want, or even if you don't want to add nothing, again, it is totally your option. You're gonna make it to however you like or you love or whatever. Okay, so I just thought I just adding just a little bit of bling bling, just so it can pop out just a little. I could have went with something bigger, but I think that this size would be perfect for her size of wings. And I'm just going to add 3. Let me tell you, I am really freaking out when I touch the glue, because I don't know how many times my fingers already got stuck to the clay. So big warning on that one. Anyways, so now that I added the glue there, to my wings, and my wings to her body, I am going to go in and draw her eyelids. Now all I made was like a U shape. Really, I'm now using this piece that I have here to hold my hand, because since I drink so much coffee, my hand does shakes a lot. You also want to make sure before you draw her eyes or anything on, eyelids or eyelashes, whatever, that it is completely dry. Okay, and what do y'all think? She looks so cute. She came out so cute. I also went in there with some blush and added some rosy cheeks to her. And my friends, this is coming close to the end of the video. I really hope I inspire you to make your own. If I did, I hope you share with me. Thank you so much, everyone, for stopping by. Thank you for sprinkling me out. Thank you for the lovely comments, and I will catch you in the next one. Have a great day. Don't forget to stay safe, be kind. Bye.